Don Lemon about to be headed to jail and he just can't handle it. Rumors circulating that he burst out crying when he got the news that it's a possibility he could be headed to jail with other BLM protesters for storming the St. Paul Church. While those people was praising the Lord, I guess he didn't know that was against the law. It's looking like Don Lemon don't even know what the law is.
Okay, crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act.
Okay.
It's a misdemeanor.
So why are they being sent back and saying that they're breaking the law?
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually...
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point. And if they are breaking the law, most people will say, okay, then they need to go if they're criminals. But if they're not, why are they being rounded up and sent out? Especially when he promised to deport the criminals. And now he's not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going...
Misdemeanor is not a crime, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So misdemeanor is not
It's
a
not
crime?
a criminal act, no. If you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a criminal
why
act.
get charged at all then, if it's not a criminal act?
Because we have different levels of crime. Everything is not the same.
So it is crime.
No,
it's just
we have
different levels.
different levels of. No, I shouldn't say crime, but it's not. It's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act.
So it's breaking the law.
It's
No,
breaking the law, but it's
you're
just
not
a
breaking the
different
law.
level
The
of
misdemeanor is not
crime.
breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding, drinking, get pulled over, DUI.
That's not a criminal act. Well, no,
It's a
if you're
misdemeanor.
speeding, is a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor.
Right.
So it's still breaking the law.
Okay. Well, if you want to qualify that, we're doing semantics.
Because
But
why
what I'm
would you
saying,
get pulled over?
but what I'm trying to tell you is everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come
Is
over
there a
legally?
law?
Is there a law?
There are rules that processes that you should follow. Yeah. So you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
So what happens when you break the rules?
Then you suffer the consequences. But the consequences should not. Look, no one is saying no one should suffer the consequences. You guys are getting things mixed.
I don't know what's going on in America. I thought illegal was illegal. You can't talk your way out of doing something illegal, especially when it's illegal. There's laws for a reason. If people could bend the rules, ain't no telling what will be going on in the world. Banks wouldn't have enough security guards to stop the people from coming in there demanding money. Because if it's against the law, but it's not against the law, that means you can do whatever you want to do. It's a possibility that they're going to make an example out of Don Lemon.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. So the Klan Act is a law that makes it illegal to terrorize citizens, to violate their civil rights, to get together and conspire to violate the civil rights. It is often used against law enforcement, but is now used against others as well. So whenever anyone...
So Don, it's abundantly obvious to me that if they do charge you, you're going to lawyer up and they're going to go get humiliated in federal court yet again, because these people are dumber than a box of hot rocks. They're so breathtakingly stupid. I can't even take it.
None of what she says there applies to me. There's
Right.
no evidence. I have no affiliation with the organization. I have no planning of any of this. I am a journalist reporting. And so, she's saying that they're saying I'm in some sort of activist. I'm like, okay, why do you keep dragging my name in it? What you're saying doesn't apply to me at all. And,
Your producers are right. It's the black gay thing.
I stand by my reporting. That should be my response. I stand by my reporting, to everybody, Jen. So it's ridiculous because she keeps talking like in circles about these things. And I just found out about the Klan Act. And I'm like, and by the way, Benny Johnson in his black t-shirt, I mean, look, he's nellier than I've ever been. I'm just saying.
He's the gayest thing I have ever seen in my life. I mean, right up there with little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson. And here's just the thing, Don, that just gets me about these guys, these little DL demon queens, right? There is probably extra layers of jealousy towards you because you're able to be brave enough to have gone from what these people are in, which is the closet full of shame.
Look, I'm very similar because honestly, and I hand to God, I can't name one Nicki Minaj song, just not my thing. I don't like her energy. Remember when, I told you there was someone else that said something about me and it was like, I never liked the work that she did because of the energy that it put out. And I just wasn't attracted to it. I'm not attracted to that sort of low vibrational, negative energy. Everything is negative. I got to talk crap. I'm going to talk shit about you because I have to keep my profile. So I just keep hitting at you. I'm good. You know, I don't like it.
What is going on? Black folks are so quick to sell each other out. We're so up. Black people, African, Caribbean, all of us. From colonialism, from sucking up to white folks, white supremacy. This is the results of this. All this Aunt Jemima shit you doing. You got these Aunt Jemima buck dancing ass Negroes will be in a heartbeat sell another black person out or dog them in person. It doesn't even connect right. Nikki's the type of person that if we were trying to escape from slavery, she'd be the first one to go like this. They trying to leave. Can you believe that? They're trying to escape. See, here's the problem. You people keep showing up to her concerts. A lot of these celebrities that sell us out, you keep showing up to their concerts. You put money in their pocket. When you put money in people's pocket, that's when they act a goddamn fool. You understand? It's like going to one of those stores that disrespect black people. They disrespect you because you keep paying them. So if you stop paying her and show her as a group that we don't play that, it's all about money, guys. It's all about money. She must be getting some of her pedo relatives off of, I don't know, out of jail. I don't know. There's something like that that's happening. That's what people are saying. But I think that what Don, this video right now is just so great. And this is what Don is about. You come at him, he gonna come at you. Take a look.
Nicki Minaj should just sit the down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? So Nicki Minaj, F off, stop being a homophobic bigot, and get a life and some brains.
I give a shout out to my brother Don Lemon. Ever since he left CNN, Don Lemon has been a force in journalism, activism, straight up. I'm telling you, I love the way Don is rolling. You know what I'm saying? And Don is a real journalist, Real journalist. CNN always tried to pull him in, tried to stop him from doing it. But to see Don go, "Hi everybody, it's Don Lemon Show." It's fantastic. It warms my heart. He's my brother from another mother. And I'm going to tell you something. You guys got him. You see, Don, he's the gay dude with the nice little hair and he is from Louisiana. You don't these Southern folks, man. Southern folks got that thing in them. That meow in them.
If Don Lemon go to jail, he better be repping that Booty Lives Matter, because that's what it's going to be all about. He might have a good time in jail once he get accustomed. Those boys are waiting. He better bring a milkshake machine up in there or a Khalees CD just to help him serve his time more easily. Nicki Minaj said that she wanted him in jail. I guess Trump was listening, because now it's looking like Don Lemon is about to be headed to jail.
Absolutely investigating. Our civil rights unit has already sent experts out to Minneapolis today. The civil rights unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, DHS is investigating this. It's a crime. And so they will face a jury. If they're convicted, they will go to prison.
All right, with us now, CNN senior legal analyst Elie Honig. And to be fair, we had a discussion yesterday. We were way out ahead on the legality of this, but just remind people what the law says. And the FACE Act, which is what apparently the federal government is looking at here.
So there are actually two laws, one of them being the FACE Act, the other being the civil rights law, which says it is a crime to intentionally interfere with another person's free exercise of religion. Rarely used, these laws, but they certainly exist, and the conduct that we see here on its face seems to meet the requirements of those laws. Is it intentional? Sure. Are they interfering with people's exercise of free religion? You see it on these videos. They intentionally went into a private church. So it is met on the face. Now, I do have to say, DOJ ought to think about the other factors. How long was this interruption? Was it brief? Was it long term? It was just a matter of minutes or hours. And second of all, there was no violence used, no injuries. That said, the elements of the laws do seem to be met here.
Now that the block is hot, Don Lemon and the BLM activists are trying to make it seem like they went to church for the service. They're trying to convince the people that they was there to serve the Lord and not to cause a diversion or to rile people up or to protest. They're making it seem like they went to the church just to praise God.
Levi Armstrong helped organize the protest at the Minneapolis church this weekend. Nikema also, by the way, ordained reverend. Okay, so miss her with the what you've been sending me today. These protesters hate Jesus. She's a reverend. All right, just putting it out there. Former Homeland Security Chief of Washington, D.C., Donnell Harvin, and Trump's former acting director of ICE, Jonathan Fahey. Good to have each and all. Counsel, I'll start with you. Counsel Armstrong, how do you believe that the protesters, were they supposed to go into a place of worship as far as you understand about the video that we're seeing?
Absolutely. We went into
and that is legal. Why? That's the context.
We were invited into the church. The pastor himself is on video calling it a public gathering, a public church service. So we were invited in, and contrary to your opening statement saying BLM protesters busted in, that's absolutely inaccurate. As a matter of fact, most of the people who were a part of the protest were everyday, ordinary citizens who are frustrated with the brutality that we have dealt with at the hands of ICE. And over the weekend, we found out that one of the pastors at the church, David Easterwood, also serves as the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul at the Whipple Federal Building. Now, as an ordained reverend and as an itinerant preacher, I was shocked. I'm someone who believes very firmly in the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the foundation of that gospel is to love thy neighbor as you love thyself. When you contrast that to the behavior of ICE agents who have done anything but love their neighbor, as a matter of fact, they have killed their neighbor. When Renee Good was killed by ICE agent Jonathan Ross on January 7th of 2026, we realized that there is a dichotomy at work that is unsustainable. How can you be both a pastor as well as someone who unleashes ICE agents upon our community who are inflicting harm day after day after day? That's the real story.
I understand the grievance. I cover that story here every day, Nekima. What I'm saying is, are you open to, one, the pastor saying I did not invite them in, and he says on tape many, many times, I don't want them here. I didn't ask them in. They came in. But that's a question of fact. Let's put it to the side. Are you open to the perspective of people seeing this as proof of what's wrong with your side, as it's called right now, as opposed to, go ahead.
No, I think it's proof of what's right, because what you may not realize is that we walked into the church, sat down, participated in the service, singing the songs along with the parishioners, and even praying along with the parishioners.
So my beautiful black women out there listening, as a black man, I must say, what will we do without you? There's always a sister out there that's willing to smooth things over for a black man. That's how the Black Lives Matter thing got started with George Floyd. Y'all remember what happened? It was tragic. It should have never happened to George Floyd like that. But like I said, there was some sisters that got together and said, hey, we got to do something for the brothers. And even though Don Lemon don't even like women, especially not black women, you still got sisters out there riding for this man. Y'all got to let me know. Do y'all feel like he need to go to jail? Should he spend the rest of his life behind bars? Do y'all rock with Don Lemon? Was he wrong for going up in that church while them people was trying to praise God? I think he was wrong. Whatever they going to do with Don Lemon, that's just what they going to do with Don Lemon. You better take them lemons in jail and make some lemonade, because it's a possibility that's where he going to be.